Hello everyone and welcome back to the record room. Yeah, I couldn't film yesterday because I just wasn't feeling like it. So today we're just gonna play more Stanley Parable on the record room and get some more endings. And we'll see where it goes from there. So let's get the different ending from where we left off.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
We turned it off. What happens now? What kind of ending we're gonna get now?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
We already know
How
that.
had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Watch me get run over by a truck.
The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Alrighty then. We got the freedom ending. Neat. More endings. We already know my first ending. We were just so disobedient we fell into the void. More endings? Don't mind if I do. I'm pretty sure when I took the disobedient route, you can go to left and there's like an elevator you can take and it'll lead right down to the facility. And there's also a different path that had the word like escape on it. So let's try that one. Alright, let's do this. I'm pretty sure you can jump out the window if you try hard enough.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe he simply missed a memo. No, it's cause the person who's writing this is evil. Man, if only I had friends to play this with. Big sad.
When Stanley
Yeah,
came to a
definitely
set
right.
of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yeah, you can take
But
left.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I'm going down here. Does this lead right back to the facility, or does it lead somewhere else?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go,
Oh, this is different. This is not the facility.
Here it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
I messed up his script again.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Oh, it does lead to it.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Is that gonna do something, or is it just gonna actually just reset everything? Don't tell me that's an ending. It just stops. Me dying was a better ending. Yep, it just sets me back. Oh, I can pick up the phone? But yeah, it doesn't do anything.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Looks like the
Stanley
elevator
decided
didn't
to
lead
go to the
anywhere.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whoa, this is different.
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
It's an adventure. We will go through this door.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Restart.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
And back we go. I like where this is going. It's kind of like the disobedient ending, except you're not destroying everything. Like, because the whole entire building has been crushed into the biscuit. Oh, 'cause- 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 ' What's gonna change
All
now?
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, there's not even any doors in this room.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
This is new.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay, everything's changing. What?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all.
What is this?
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yeah!
Congratulations!
Nice!
I know you put in a lot of hard work,
Yeah, definitely.
and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
He just keeps restarting over and over and over again. What actually restarts us into the ground? Will we go back to Minecraft? I feel like restarting is just making everything worse. The top. Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Okay.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick
What
with
is
me.
this?
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten
Oh,
the
yeah.
mood.
Yeah, this is my jam. Da, da, da. That better not be copyright.
wait. Cut the music, go back, and look at that fern.
No, I'm not. I ain't looking at no fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no, no. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
This is Bryce back here.
No, 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 not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
And again. It's just gonna be a never-ending cycle of restarting, isn't it? The end is never.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction? Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again.
Oh, it's him.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I wonder where it's going. It's going back into the ceiling. What is this?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
What is this?
Oh, hold up, what's this?
The confusion ending.
The confusion
Divide from end of the mono room.
You're
Here
telling
starts
me
the game.
that's what this
Discoveries.
is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to
Yep,
restart
it's
the game
not dead.
eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well,
Stanley does.
insulted me.
This ending
Why do I
sucks.
get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Huh.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have
What? The confusion ending. Not sure I like that ending. It just split a very loud sound and the game just stopped. Interesting. And we're back.
all of his co-workers were gone, what could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's try listening to him and see where that gets us.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might
Stanley
find an
stepped into
answer
the
there.
broom closet.
But there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I'm just gonna sit in here, see what happens.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
But I like it here. I'm just gonna sit here.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
This is funny.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Maybe we'll get an ending if we just sit here.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending?
The broom closet
ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I don't have any, so.
Well, I've come to a very
Broom closet
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well,
don't
in
have
a
a
situation
keyboard.
like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming. so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
What happens if I keep sitting here? Did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending's my favorite. Alright, fine, we'll leave.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
I wonder if sitting in the broom closet did anything. Okay, we seem to just be standing here. There we go. The end is never, the end is never, the end is still forever and ever. Did you get the broom closet ending?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
How about downstairs? Where does that lead? Where's this gonna take us?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah, we seem
All
to be
of my
going around
co-workers
circles.
blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm
he
dreaming.
yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This
Yeah.
voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
We're still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, okay.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh no.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
What kind of ending was that? The insanity ending. We just went insane and died. Alright, try something different. Let's do the disobedient route, jump up the platform, but instead of going backwards and go to the right door, we'll go where the door he wants us to go. And maybe that'll lead us somewhere, I don't know. Alright, let's do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep. The end is never. The end is loading.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Alright, prove it.
Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Where are we going now? Where's this going?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here.
What is this?
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy.
I don't feel anything.
I actually feel happy.
I don't care if you're happy. I'm not happy, so it doesn't matter.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Good.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
You should have thought about that when you basically made me into a puppet. Yeet.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
No, I'm going to make you suffer.
No. No, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
To make you suffer.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
What do we have here? Oh, is this an Easter egg? It's the ferret. Nice.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game?
Yeah,
That
I
you'll
hate
throw
you.
yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
Yes.
Am I reading the situation correctly?
Am I not dead yet?
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along.
That's
But I
never gonna
guess that
happen.
was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over?
I think I
It's going
died.
to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
This is ending. Okay, at least I got to make him feel bad. That's a win for me, amigo. Nice. Right now what? I guess we'll go the normal ending, and when we get to the facility, we'll take a left to the door or pathway that says escape. Let's get it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Whatever you say, partner. Whatever you say. Wish Josh could play games on here, but instead he'd rather play Five Nights at Freddy's or just not be anywhere near me.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's hope this ending's good, because I want to end it soon.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Yeah,
Amazing.
definitely.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Man, my upload schedule is horrible. Just like my life. That's not even funny. What am I doing?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Let's go to the escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, that's good. I'll be sure to keep going.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Nah, I'd rather die than listen to you.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. That's the escape, isn't it? Death. Yeet. Is this the escape ending? Where am I now? Okay.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley couldn't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story. Trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent
this is
end
not what I
to
wanted.
his brief and shallow life.
No.
Farewell, Stanley.
Just get it over with. Ah!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Wait, what? I'm still alive? Who's the new narrator?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
I know, right? I like this new narrator.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now?
What is this?
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
He was dead since the start. The 2 doors. Choose to take the right door. Oh, this is like the museum for like the people who made this. Builders, special thanks. The ferret. The ferret is the recreated model of the sub-room Easter egg. In every path there's a hidden ferret. Can you find them all? I only found one. Experience with the game building tool. This is the first map that was created in 3 days. Both coward and out of map endings were great. Early picture of 2 is left door. Interesting. And the employer around you would go to the white cover window and you would open up in a familiar part of the building. I knew it. You would start to follow the red line and end up in a circle split path, even though it ends in the same location. Each side would have a different resulting ending. Find a recording of a person telling you to press the green if something happens, then you would find a staircase that slowly takes you down. The more you go, you hear something getting louder and louder. Sometimes you get into a chase and have to go back and press the green button. When you press it, the game will start. This room is unfinished. You may explore, fly around, and look at the circus, but when you're... Yeah, I'm good. Red Dream. The ending was based on a dream that Redstone had. The dream was a new ending. It just didn't fit into the Stanley Parable at all. Early picture of the escape pod. Old concepts for the record ending. AK in a loop. This ending was going to be a new ending theme in the record room. It was considered due to no cooperation from the team to make the ending. Stanley finds a way to escape the cube puzzle, better known as our first ending. He gets teleported to the 216 war room. There he gets very upset mad at Stanley for breaking his game, and also a loss of power. They both continue the record room, finally going again, trophy works. They both again, so more unstable and glitchy. The game crashes, resets you to the dorm room. There gets restarted, and they don't remember, and you start the ending again. It cuts to black, and you get teleported to the ending title room. Okay. early picture. This is the first time. It took a year to make. Fun facts are pretty cool. Fun facts are pretty cool. Fun facts are pretty cool. Interesting. Ugly. Is that it? Is there a way to escape? Am I just stuck here? Yeah, I am stuck here. There's literally no way out. I guess I'll have to end it myself. So that was fun. I'll see you guys in the next episode, whenever that is. And, yeah.